Montreal, 2019. Teddy Riner returns to international competition after an 18-month absence. In the plus 100-kilogram final, he faces Japan's Hisayoshi Harasawa, the opponent he defeated for Olympic gold in Rio. This is more than a comeback fight. It will test Riner's conditioning, timing, grip control, and ability to solve one of the most disciplined heavyweights in world judo. Every exchange will matter because Harasawa already knows his style. Riner wears white and Harasawa wears blue. Both prefer a right-handed stance, creating an Eiotsu gripping battle. Riner wants his right hand high on the lapel or over the shoulder, where his height and reach become major weapons. Harasawa's first task is to control the sleeve, keep his head upright, and stop Riner from connecting upper body pressure to a forward or backward attack. The match begins with positioning, not throwing, before either judoka commits to a full attack. Notice how Harasawa refuses to remain directly in front of Riner. He changes the angle, keeps his feet ready to move, and tries to make the Frenchman reach. Riner searches for the dominant grip, but the exchange becomes too restrictive. Less than 1 minute into the contest, he receives the first shido for a forbidden grip. That early penalty changes the tactical balance and rewards Harasawa's disciplined kumi kata. With one shido against him, Riner cannot simply wait for the perfect opening. He begins pressing forward, but Harasawa keeps a strong frame between them. The Japanese judoka uses sleeve tension and lapel control to prevent Riner from settling his weight. This is effective defensive kumi kata. Break the opponent's strongest connection before it becomes stable, recover posture, and return immediately to an attacking position of your own while remaining ready to move in either direction. Harasawa is doing an excellent job of setting the rhythm. He moves first, forces Riner to react, and repeatedly makes him rebuild the grip. Yet visible activity alone is not enough. Every attack must create genuine danger. Riner remains balanced, keeps his hips away from the turning line, and refuses to overreact to Harasawa's foot movements. His defense is economical: short steps, stable posture, and no unnecessary rotation against an opponent of Riner's size. Riner now tries to bring the fight into a shorter distance. At close range, his long arms and chest pressure can move Harasawa's upper body before the legs attack. Harasawa answers by lowering his center slightly and keeping his base wide enough to resist, but not so wide that he becomes immobile. Each athlete is testing balance, direction, and reaction without giving the other a clean entry or an easy counterattack. The referee is also deciding whether the attacks are genuine. Harasawa has controlled much of the visible pace, but he is not converting that pressure into a clear, scoring action. He receives his first shido for non-combativity. The penalties are now level at 1 each. This is an important lesson. Movement and gripping must lead somewhere. Pressure needs a credible attack and a realistic chance of throwing, not only positional control. Harasawa continues circling near the edge to escape Riner's strongest line of pressure. But allowing a powerful opponent to drive you repeatedly toward the boundary carries a serious risk. Harasawa steps outside the contest area and receives a second shido. Now, he is 1 penalty away from defeat, while Riner still has only 1. Harasawa must remain active without losing awareness of his position on the tatami. This gives Riner a tactical advantage, but it does not give him permission to become passive. He increases the forward pressure and searches for the high right-hand connection. Harasawa protects his posture and keeps turning away from the direct backward line. Riner does not force a desperate throw. He continues building the conditions, control the upper body, narrow the base, and wait until Harasawa's weight settles on one leg without sacrificing his own balance. Riner's patience now brings its own danger. With roughly 50 seconds remaining in regulation time, he receives a second shido for non-combativity. Both athletes now have 2 penalties. 1 more shido means hansoku make and immediate defeat. The tactical margin has disappeared. Every grip break, step outside, defensive posture, false attack, or delay in engaging may influence the referee's next and final decision. Watch how the quality of the grip becomes even more important. Riner wants to pull Harasawa's sleeve away from his body while using the lapel hand to control the head and shoulder line. Harasawa tries to keep his elbow connected and his posture square enough to escape or reverse the direction. If Riner separates the sleeve and turns the shoulders, Harasawa's defensive chain weakens before any leg technique has even started. Neither judoka wants the final decided by penalties, but neither can attack carelessly. Harasawa's strongest forward techniques require him to turn beneath Riner's center of gravity. That becomes difficult when Riner keeps his hips at a safe distance and controls the upper body. Riner's backward attacks require Harasawa's weight to move toward the heels. The match is therefore being decided first by posture, direction, and weight transfer before the throwing phase begins. Harasawa keeps working to create a forward reaction. Small foot actions and changes of pressure are designed to make Riner stiffen, step, or pull back. Riner answers by keeping his head over his base and refusing to cross his feet. This may look quiet, but it is high-level defensive movement under growing physical fatigue. One badly placed step could expose Riner to a turning throw or give Harasawa a decisive change of direction. The final seconds of regulation show the strategic tension clearly. Harasawa maintains movement to demonstrate initiative. Riner stays composed and avoids giving away a counter-attack. There is still no score, and the shidos situation remains unchanged. 4 minutes have produced no clean throw, but they have revealed the central battle. Who can force the opponent to carry weight in the wrong direction at the decisive moment without exposing their own balance? Regulation time ends, and the contest enters golden score. There is no fixed time limit. The first score wins, while a third shido also ends the match. Fatigue now magnifies every technical error. Grips feel heavier, posture begins to rise, and recovery after each attack becomes slower. The athlete who can remain disciplined while creating one genuine opening under maximum golden score pressure will take the Montreal gold medal. Harasawa continues to set a demanding pace, but Riner is reading the movement rather than chasing it. He allows the Japanese judoka to step, then tries to meet that step with upper body pressure. This is the beginning of kuzushi. Instead of pulling against a stable opponent, Riner waits for the instant when Harasawa is already moving and cannot freely reposition both feet to recover his balance after every moment of contact. Riner gradually closes the space. His objective is not merely to touch or reap the leg. He must first control Harasawa above the waist. The lapel side pressure turns the shoulders, while sleeve control limits a free escape. As Harasawa resists backward, his stance becomes more vulnerable to o-soto-gari. Distance is the crucial detail. From too far away, the reaping leg has neither power nor control through the complete reaping action. 1 minute and 8 seconds into golden score, the opening finally appears. Riner steps close to Harasawa's supporting line and drives the upper body toward the rear corner. Only then does the outside reaping leg attack. The o-soto-gari works because kuzushi, tsukuri, and kake arrive as one connected action with continuous control of the landing. Harasawa can no longer move the attacked leg freely, and his upper body rotates toward the tatami. The referee allows the decisive action to be checked by video review. Harasawa turns during the landing, so it is not an immediate, unquestionable ippon. The throw is awarded waza-ari, which ends golden score. On the replay, focus on Riner's chest, hands, and supporting foot, not only the reaping leg. The upper body creates the fall. The leg removes Harasawa's final point of support through the complete landing phase. Riner wins the Montreal Grand Prix and extends his unbeaten run to 148 consecutive victories. But Harasawa's performance shows how difficult this comeback really was under championship pressure. The lesson is clear. Elite o-soto-gari is not simply a powerful leg swing. It begins with kumikata, develops through rear corner kuzushi, and succeeds through exact distance, timing, and total commitment. Technical analysis by Shidos.